What's up guys, Sam Adams here, and today we're going to be talking in a derogatory fashion about Konami. It's going to be kind of like a conversation back and forth, but Konami's sitting right here and they're listening on and weeping silently down there because we're gossiping about them, that kind of thing. I have an opinion on what they've been doing lately and the way the company is going, and I don't like it. So I thought I would go ahead and make a video on it because I have an opinion on it, and that's kind of what the whole YouTube thing is all about in the end, isn't it? So, let's go ahead and do a quick recap from my perspective, I suppose. Last month, the Silent Hills game that was supposed to come out in 2016 with Norman Reedus being directed, I believe, by Guillermo del Toro, I believe I pronounced that correctly, was canceled, and that was a huge disappointment because if you even watched a few seconds of that trailer, or that demo, I suppose, it looked more like a trailer than a demo, it looked beautiful. The graphic fidelity of that game alone blew me away, and I couldn't wait to just play it. Even though I don't normally like horror games, I don't like being scared, it still was just a beautiful game and something that needed to happen. Unfortunately, it looks like we're never going to see the light of that. But earlier, before that was canceled, Kojima, one of the he used to be the vice president, I believe, of Konami, was actually had his name taken off a lot of the Metal Gear products, including Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, off of the Konami website. A lot of different stuff had his name on it, and then it was taken off, and then it was put back on, and right now it's pretty much assumed that he is going to be, leaving Konami completely, and then the future of the Metal Gear Solid series is going to be kind of vague, and we don't know how it's going to turn out. Might be good, might be bad, I guess we'll just have to kind of wait and see. But people got mad about that because Kojima has been constantly involved in the gaming industry and in the development of one of the industry's most famous franchises, Metal Gear Solid. And so it's kind of surprising to see him leave Konami, which he's been with for such a long time. And then last week, just to put a cherry on top of the cake here, Hideki Hayakawa, I believe it's how you say it's the CEO of Konami, who was instated just a couple of months ago, came out with this statement. Gaming has spread to a number of platforms, but at the end of the day, the platform that is always closest to us is mobile. Mobile is where the future of gaming lies. Within multi-platform games, there's really no point in dividing the market into categories anymore. Mobiles will take on the new role of linking the general public to the gaming world. So pretty much they are taking a mobile heavy focus in the future of their development plans. They're going to be doing a lot more mobile stuff. So what exactly does this mean? What I hope it means is that they're going to be developing a new Castlevania for iOS maybe, or Android. Hopefully maybe some Frogger stuff, little games like that. I could see them doing a Pac-Man kind of thing, and just making all of these nice little mobile games, and hopefully they'll kind of combine this with Nintendo's idea of making new IPs focused directly on mobile. I could totally see that working out because Nintendo appears to be going in the right way with this kind of thing. They aren't stopping production on their major AAA titles, they aren't changing the way they're doing things, they're just adding on to it. But it looks like Konami, and this hasn't been confirmed, but they're going to be kind of stepping away from the hardcore PC/console audience and moving more towards the general public, presumably because of the money that can be made through microtransactions. And it's no mystery to anyone that microtransactions can bring in a lot of money for a company. I mean, just look at Candy Crush. It's completely free. My mother is on like 380 some, as in levels. She's gone through a lot of levels, and she hasn't spent a penny on it. But there are some people that get addicted to that kind of thing and spend hundreds of thousands, well, not hundreds of thousands, but thousands of dollars buying lives or whatever you buy. I don't play it because I know I would get addicted to it. But then you've got stuff like Hearthstone where you can buy card packs, and it's just, the microtransaction world is growing by leaps and bounds, and I could totally see why Konami would want to get in on that. However, this is really not good for PR at the moment, because right now you've canceled Silent Hills. A lot of people were looking forward to that, including myself, and you've kind of disappointed the gaming world there. The drama with Kojima is really, really bad, because a lot of people like Kojima, even though a lot of people like Konami, Kojima seems to stand out more in my mind anyway. And so that drama is kind of bringing down your reputation a little bit, and we're right here at E3, and you go ahead and announce to the general gaming population, many of which are hardcore E3 fans and hardcore gamers in the first place, that you're going to be focusing primarily on mobile, which is still at the moment pretty much a joke and will always bring up some kind of Candy Crush reference. And we're right here at E3, and you're supposed to be hyping up your big titles. Like, if you had put out a new Silent Hills trailer and kept the game going and kept the development going and not done a scorched earth thing, as Del Toro said, where you pretty much just burned any remnants of that game whatsoever, you would be huge right now, because you've got Phantom Pain coming out, you would have Silent Hills next year, Konami would be exploding, it would probably be trending on Twitter. But no. You went and said gaming has spread to a number of platforms, but at the end of the day, the platform that is always closest to us is mobile, and mobile is where the future of gaming lies. You couldn't have chosen a worse thing to say around the E3 press conference. So my hope is that to some degree, Konami keeps doing awesome video games on the PC and console. Just keep the Metal Gear Solid franchise pure and alive. Don't screw it up. Keep the ideas that Kojima had alive, because that's one of the coolest video game franchises out there. I played Ground Zeroes that came out last year on PS4. It's on sale right now on Xbox Live if you want to take a gander at it. But it was a gorgeous game, it played really well, and there were so many different ways you could attack that base. And now that Phantom Pain is coming out, I hope to see the exact same kind of thing and get that gameplay, which I know that Kojima is probably going to follow out throughout the development cycle of Metal Gear Solid 5 and then leave the company after that, because there's probably some kind of contract, but just keep the dream alive after that. And then as far as mobile stuff goes, be gentle. Don't just go into microtransaction whoring. That's not where we want to go. So that's about all I had to say. Best of luck to the guys over at Konami. Best of luck to Kojima, Del Toro, and Norman Reedus. And unfortunately, it looks like Konami is sinking down into the depths of nothing.